fitness to be president of the United States. I think that Joe Biden may have swayed people a little bit tonight in the way he carried himself. But as far as that, I'm not a doctor. I couldn't tell you whether he's mentally fit to be the president, but I think he did a good job at convincing the people that he needed to.
Well, I think that with Biden's age and him being 81, that is incredibly, again, like I mentioned before previously, removed from what me and Amelia are like going through. What concerns us the most, right? Biden already has a home. I'm a college student who aspires one day to be able to own a home, because it's just becoming incredibly, less accessible to younger people with the economy and inflation. They kind of mentioned it, touched over it with groceries and like going to something as simple as going to the grocery store, but it's deep and it goes into housing, it goes into renters and how and where people are just live and what they're able to do in the future.
Well, we love getting your perspective tonight, so I really appreciate it.
Yeah, very, very interesting. We hope that you enjoy it again, because there's another one coming up in September. So make sure you stick with us.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13.
9 p.m., hosted by ABC News.
Stay with us, there's more to come.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Thank you.
Clients they're vulnerable. They feel vulnerable after they've been involved in an accident. You have to have a lawyer that knows how to deal with that situation, that can be the stabilizing force in the client's life.
I'm Tom Lee. And if you have a TV, you've heard plenty of fake news about it. Here's the real deal. One of Florida's biggest problems is sky-high insurance.
On the ground is Jacobs to start the drive, and nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
So now,
you look at this
they're trying to
Jaguar
take me down.
defense. They were fantastic a week ago in the win over Houston.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key.
Much more than just completing a job. Call Universal Roofing Contracting to experience the universal difference.
Looking to throw on second down. Jennings. And he's got his man on the out route. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Don't settle for less than you deserve.
You're way shorter than I thought you'd be. There's a shirtless selfie of me by the dumbbells. Here I am to do air drumming, the competitive air drummer. By the way, I forgot my wallet at home, so.
And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Well, this defense for the Jaguars, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime we can turn more in a game, give a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the ball 4 times.
Weekends, long hours, experience, hard work, that's what we take. What does the role display to help secure your
really nice
future?
job of picking up the blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
There's 3rd and 5.
He's 30 kilos of cocaine intercepted during a joint operation between deputies in Columbia County and Lowndes County, Georgia. Federal investigators have taken over.
This is what you're going to get.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt.
And
The man we're going to show you here, 37-year-old Hector Villarreal, is now sitting in jail on a $10 million bond.
He was indicted on a federal trafficking charge and has been in the prison for decades.
This will be taken at the 13.
News production reporter Eric Ogden tells us how Villarreal was caught and why authorities say the seizure of those drugs saved lives.
You're looking at 30 kilos of brick cocaine with an estimated street value of $4.5 million. Federal investigators say the drugs were discovered during a traffic stop on I-75 in Lake City near the I-10 exchange. 36-year-old Hector Villarreal of Pasadena, Texas, was pulled over after deputies say he failed to maintain a lane. During this news conference, investigators said deputies picked up on several red flags that led them to suspect Villarreal was trafficking drugs.
They observed that his hands were visibly trembling, and that his chest was moving up and down so rapidly that a deputy asked if he was having a medical emergency. He was not.
Investigators say no red flags were raised and Villarreal could not remember who he was renting his SUV from. Also, after embarking on a drive that would take between 15 and 18 hours on the road to complete, investigators said Villarreal told deputies he was only planning to stay at Haines City Quarter for a few days. Then the biggest red flag emerged.
After Mr. Villarreal consented to a request to search his vehicle, 3 large, heavy Home Depot cardboard boxes were found. The boxes were taped, and they smelled like Lysol. A can of Lysol was found under the passenger seat of the vehicle.
Lysol is commonly used by drug traffickers to hide the scent of illegal drugs.
But it doesn't impact the ability of a drug detection canine to find drugs. And that's what happened in this case.
In addition to the 30 kilos of cocaine, deputies say they also found 95 Xanax pills, 35 grams of oxycodone, and more than $20,000 in cash. But it's the large amount of cocaine seized in a single traffic stop that sticks out.
Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of 7. And now it's 3rd down.
You know what I can tell this is going to end really badly when he launches up behind the line and made a beeline for the ball carrier. You get one of those tackling machines in the middle of your trail, things are really ending pretty quickly.
But this one here is it needed to be highlighted. Cocaine kills people. And this is thousands of dosage units of cocaine that were intercepted before they could be, as the sheriff said, broken up and distributed all the different ways.
In addition to preventing overdose deaths, investigators say seizing this amount of cocaine can help reduce gun violence on the streets, since drugs and gun violence go hand in hand.
That is a valuable product. That is something that individuals are going to want to protect. And so we have seen in our cases, we do see in our cases, armed drug trafficking is a top priority.
Despite seizing 30 kilos of cocaine, which is a wholesale amount, authorities are quick to admit that drug traffickers will continue to use the I-10, I-75 corridor as a trafficking route, meaning law enforcement must continue to prevent those illicit drugs from arriving at their intended destination to be converted for street distribution. Eric Ogden, Channel 4,
That's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards,
was already a federal probation for an illegal narcotics conviction in Texas, and so was arrested in Columbia County and charged with cocaine trafficking.
To throw
In
on
other local
2nd down,
news, Duval County
Jennings.
Schools has released a new news
His
for
throw
student
is
safety
incomplete.
aimed at protecting kids from
Eagles
predators.
Jaguar
This
defense
comes in response to
played
multiple
fantastic
allegations
a
of
week
abuse
ago.
of vendors
They
managed
refused
to
to
store the
The
yard.
thing for them was the interceptions, and
The
your teams
plan
all the time
lays
talk
out
about
6
establishing themselves
strategies,
against the
including
pass,
improvements in
no-fly
policy,
zone,
investigation,
things of that nature.
staff training,
This group had a
and
bunch of
awareness
them
for
in last
students and
week's game.
parents of inappropriate adult behavior. Staff that are aware of allegations of employee misconduct and don't report it could face discipline and discrimination.
And he is
The
going to
plan
have
also
the Raiders
recommends new
first down.
rules about
They
teacher
needed
student
5 there on
factorization
3rd down. He
and
winds up
stating
getting
that
7.
employees texting,
As an
interacting with
unbiased
social
observer,
media, or being alone
I think it would
with
have been
students
interesting
may
to
be
see what they
grounds for
would have done if
disciplinary
they hadn't
action.
gotten the first down
Earlier
there.
this month,
But since they
longtime
did,
DA
I guess the
Teacher
point is
Jeffrey
moved.
Clayton was
They're right there in that
sentenced to
middle
10 years in
round
prison
field goal
for crimes
range.
related to touching and bullying
As you said, they
students.
picked it up.
His arrest unleashed
he
a
will
barrage
lose
of other
yardage back to
allegations
the
of abuse
34-yard
and toxic
line.
culture at the school.
A loss
And
of a
several
full
other teachers
3
were removed from
yards,
the
and now it's
classroom
2nd
amid
down.
investigation.
This defense
The
is a
district
difficult one
has
to
reached
prepare for.
settlements
One of the
with
best
3
in the
former
league.
DA
They'll
students,
come at you from
including the
all
victim in
angles, and they
Clayton's
did a
criminal
nice
case,
job there
all with a
stopping it
total
from
of
loss.
$1.45
After the
million.
loss, they'll come
However,
up 2nd and
that still needs
13.
approval from the school board. The money would come from the general fund for the upcoming
they'll try
school
the
year.
end around.
The board is set to vote on Tuesday.
The lawyers for the family of a Jacksonville man shot and killed in Ginnie Springs are suing the owners of the property. Tony Stewart was murdered on Memorial Day weekend. Deputies say he was shot and disputed over a parked pickup truck. Two brothers from St. Mary's, Georgia, were arrested in connection with the shooting. The lawsuit refers to the crime as an execution, and lawyers are seeking more than $50,000 in damages. Plaintiffs claim that the park operators failed to provide adequate security and knew or should have known that armed people were on premises. Also, quote, that numerous criminal incidents and dangerous activities occurred at the park.
On Jacksonville's west side, thick black smoke could be visible for miles today after fire broke out at a college on the West Beaver Street. Jack Fire Red Team with that fire ignited and work was being conducted on a vehicle on a lift. The flames will spread to the building behind. No one was hurt. People heard what they thought were explosions, but JFRD says that might have been the windows blowing out. The cause of the fire is still unclear.
National story tonight. You watch it live right here on News 4 Jax as we simulcast CNN's presidential debate.
It was the first time we got to see President Biden and former President Trump go head-to-head on key issues during this 2024 election season. From the border to abortion and mental fitness, but also personal attacks.
This guy has increased the taxes because of the deficit. Number one, he's increased inflation because of the debacle he left after running a hand on the pandemic. And he finds himself in a position where he now wants to tax you more by putting a 10% tariff on everything that comes in the United States for real. But he doesn't do anything. He doesn't do only doesn't make our country unsafe by allowing millions and millions of people to pour in. Our military doesn't respect him. We look like fools in Afghanistan. We didn't stop Israel. It was such a horrible thing that would never happen. It should have never happened.
Also watching their screen pretty closely with Duval Democrats and Duval Republicans, both holding watch parties tonight. Mr. Jack Porter's Ashley Harding and Khalil Maycock have been speaking with voters on both sides.
Duval County Democrats packed inside Alewife here in 5 Points, watching the presidential debate, supporting President Joe Biden as he debates former President Donald Trump. And you can see the group right over here. And looking at them, the RSVP about 100 or so, but we've been seeing people trickling in and out. And I want to go ahead and show our viewers some video to see the sense of what spectating looks like. We're talking to people throughout the night about what issues mean the most to them. But I just talked to one young man who says for him it comes down to the future and democracy. He has a message for young voters in particular.
I understand the frustration with Biden. I understand the frustration with the day. But at the end of the day, what I have to say to young voters is, who do you want to be organizing under for the next 4 years? Do you want to be organizing under a president that maybe you disagree with him on Israel and Gaza? Or do you want to be organizing under a president that will actively undermine your civil liberties?
And those other issues that we've heard from people that mean the most to them, bodily autonomy, abortion, same-sex marriage, but also fairness in voting, and also how things are going to look in the years to come when it comes to issues like inflation and also the housing market. The people we talk to say they're looking forward to casting their ballot here in November. Ashley Harding for the local station.
In 6. In good position, first and 10.
To the Duval GOP lot. Tell me they came out here because they wanted to watch the former president and Joe Biden face off against each other, and they wanted to be able to see what they thought like they feel like the president did a good job. Members of the Duval County GOP were engaged Thursday night as the CNN presidential debate was happening. Many in this crowd reacting to the topic of abortion, immigration, and social security. The people you see here telling me they're glad these points came up because it shows a clear contrast between the candidate and the one they think everyone should be leaning for. Do you think the night painted former President Trump in a good light? And also, do you think it might have swayed any people to his side?
I think that what you see is a very plain display of cognitive ability without filters and without editing.
And so the people who are watching this debate live are able to see the difference in cognitive ability in the two candidates. And I don't think that Joe Biden's cognitive ability is boding well for him.
They also tell me this debate makes them more excited for the next one. We'll make Channel 4
All right, stay with us.
There's a full recap of tonight's more than 90-minute-long debate coming up after the break.
Everyday champions live here. Like Anne Marie, who makes sure area beaches are clean for everyone. That's why she watches the morning show. The Weather Authority trucks pop-up stores so she can plan beach cleanup days. Time-saver traffic gets her to schools on time so she can teach students about reducing plastic waste. And Miller, Bruce, and Jim report on positive stories she cares about most. The Morning Show on Channel 4 and News 4 Jack Plus. This morning happens.
Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not easy to hold on to.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I think you even call it an off-day. They're totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That's zero on the scoreboard.
Had a T-bone accident before Morgan.
We never set foot in a Morgan office.
You can literally do everything from your cell phone. That was a seamless process. It's so easy.
Injured, the choice is easy. Several of Jacksonville's new building on our expanded campus is almost ready, and our movie sale is better than ever. We've got our sale on inventory to move it, so we're always saving on all these new models. Try the new Outback for just $2.99 a month, or purchase a Subaru with 0% financing for 63 months. Plus, the all-new redesigned 2025 Subaru Forester has arrived at Subaru Jacksonville. Reserve yours today. Don't miss out on our movie sale savings.
Drive a Subaru. You'll buy a Subaru.
Rise and shine with a free adjustable base upgrade during the Rooms to Go July 4th sale. Just choose your dream mattress set from our great selection of top brands, starting at just $6.99. Queen, King, Diva, Split King. Then upgrade to our most advanced free adjustable base. Adjustable legs for the perfect height. Wireless remote. Plus one-touch weightless technology. It's great sleep made easy. Buy the set, upgrade to the adjustable base for free. Right now at Rooms to Go.
If you've been arrested, it's important that you get an experienced criminal defense lawyer to represent you as soon as possible. I'm Jason Ford. The experienced lawyers at my firm can develop a personalized strategy for your particular circumstances and mount an aggressive defense against the charges. We understand that your freedom and your future might be at stake. Let our team of seasoned lawyers protect your rights and fight for the best possible outcome. Arrested? Pick Porter.
Wawa has the right drinks for the right time, like a brownie latte post-meeting bonus, a fudge brownie cream smoothie to celebrate, or a caramel brownie milkshake post-flavor. And right now, try Wawa's brownie drinks anytime.
That's going to go down as a loss.
Reaction is pouring in from voters across the country after President Biden and former President Donald Trump faced off in a high-stakes CNN debate in Atlanta.
The candidates levying personal attacks against each other as they sparred over the economy, immigration, abortion, and more. Jen Sullivan recaps the key moments.
In historic debate, President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump go head-to-head in the first presidential debate of 2024 election cycle, hosted by CNN in Atlanta Thursday. The candidates taking the stage without shaking hands. For 90 minutes, the two leaders squaring off, laying out their plans on key issues like the economy and job creation.
We created 15,000 new jobs. We brought out a position where we have 800,000 manufacturing jobs. But there's more to be done.
I gave you the largest tax cut in history. I also gave you the largest regulation cut in history. That's why we had all the jobs.
Both candidates agreeing to certain rules, like appearing at a uniform podium and muted mics, so only one candidate could be heard at a time. At some point, intense exchanges.
I really don't know what he said at the end of this. I don't think he knows what he said either.
My son was not a loser, was not a sucker. You're the sucker. You're the loser.
Voters got a sense of where the candidates stand on important issues like immigration.
Open the borders. Nobody's ever seen anything like
And we have to get a lot of these people out, and we have to get them out fast, because they're going to destroy our country.
When he was president, he was separating babies from one of the pregnant cages, making sure that the families were separated. That's not the right way to go.
In their vision for abortion access, right now, the states control it. That's the vote of the people.
The idea that states are able to do this is a little like saying we're going to turn civil rights back to the states. Let each state have a different rule.
If re-elected, President Biden would end his presidency 86 and Trump would be 82. Age has been a central issue for voters.
This guy's 3 years younger and a lot less confident.
I took 2 tests. I did a test. I aced it.
On Jim Sullivan reporting.
And they pick up a first down. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 30. We saw that from the CD8.
The Manstorms are heading your way.
And we saw the last week they had some defensive miscues like that. And they told us that they were obviously the message hasn't really sunk in.
Not only is it warm, not only is it warm, but it is also pretty sticky and humid out there. Although the temperature's cooling off after the rain, and now what we're seeing, something is heating up in the tropics, and it's that second area that we're watching that is seeing more growth and better organization. So let me show you the stuff that we're watching and what we're talking about. First, we'll start off with the radar, as we have the radar mainly drying. What we're going to see in southeast Georgia, though, for some showers. You'll see why here as these will continue to move across. Turns around Alma, Baxley here, Blackshear just to the north, and in around Douglas. Because of this line that continues, there'll be a slight chance for some showers in southeast Georgia. Now to the numbers. Our number here, 20 and 30%, so we're going to from 10% to 20%. But how about this? A 70 and a 90% chance now that we'll get something, if not by Friday, by the weekend. So take a look at the spaghetti clock. So these are times that your forecast for today. This is tomorrow. This is looking at. That'll be Saturday as it gets closer, and you can see where both of these are overlapping. The GFS, the yellow and white, they're telling the story. The GFS on this one is decidedly stronger in the beginning. This is where we could see some formation chances increasing or potentially even developing here just before getting to the lesser Antilles. And here's what I'm always talking about when we see that circle filling in. So here's the Euro lagging behind. The GFS really puts the steam on, comes scraping by very, very close to Jamaica before we start to see this Lansing turn. And here's where it gets interesting because it's still a close low. We're just not seeing the shading along with it, so the intensity. But look at this. It moves through the Yucatan, back into the warm waters to the base of Peachy, then into the Gulf of Mexico. And here we are just south of the Rio Grande with the GFS showing the potential again for development. So we could see the landfall here in the Yucatan, and then potentially reformation, and then back into the Gulf of Mexico, and then back into Texas again. Why did we see the uptick? If you watch right here, the organization and even a little bit of rotation starting to come together, but it's really the central part here where we're starting to see a lot of symmetry in the storms as they continue, and that's the water they really here as we look way out into the Atlantic. At the airport, temperatures, they dropped. They were up and down and up and down. So we get down to 84, back to 88, almost into the 90s, back into the 70s, 80s again, and here we are at 78. Feeling like 81 degrees as conditions continue to dry out. And I'll let this zip through our Friday and then into our Saturday and Sunday. And the potential is what we saw today. We had some areas with the first rainfall. Most of that was north of I-10 and into southeast Georgia. But we could see more of this, or we will see more of those chances that continue to increase. Now, as far as the chances here overnight tonight in the next 12 hours, things are sliding down. But as soon as we hit 8 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, those numbers go back to 10%, 20%. And building into what will be those widespread chances. 70s, even lower 80s along the beaches will start our day. We'll see those temperatures making another run into and around the mid-90s here across our inland areas. So that forecast, 75 degrees will start today. The chance there for the showers and thunderstorms to come back through the forecast. And like what we saw today, even without the heat advisories, remember we're flipping on 106, 107, 108 degrees. So we are touching and getting pretty close to what could be that danger zone. Listen to your body there. Saturday and Sunday, Mother Nature will maybe force you to take some of those breaks if we've got showers and storms that will erupt there in the afternoon. A pattern that continues for the start of the work week. I'm liking rain chances coming down. Let's see a little lower. I think it's for the Thursday. I don't see a single good case.
As it is, there was another 18-yard return. And will come the offense as they take over.
Coming up next, some local parents share their well wishes and advice for the parents-to-be.
A constant target online. 9 out of 10 people say they are
Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown the last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time out here.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They have a game plan for this drive. And they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and who decides to step up and assert its role over the other.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Our wife's fifth generation Jacksonville, and we really want to make a difference.
Straight at ETN, and he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
Wonderful thing to highlight
defense when you're playing a 3-4. Those 3 guys up front, those tackles, guys they call the defensive ends, are usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because usually 5 on 3.
The day is long and the temperatures are high. It must be time for our Hamburg Summer Family Show. Joe's have been the amazing technical dream coach.
And he's going to have the Jags first down as they're able to get the 3-yard conversion.
And maybe that touchdown on the previous drive was really drives his offense a little bit. They've been kind of sluggish until then, but they're showing signs of life here. And they get good yardage that time and a first down.
Wide open receiver complete. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they look to throw. He finds his man complete. It's Roy. And he only got him a few extra before he's taken down right at the 10. Big gain of 5. And that'll make it 2nd down. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7 our score.
The moment I lost our Subaru Outback was the moment they walked away from it. And that's why our family will only drive a Subaru.
Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5.
IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus awards than any other brand. Look, it's what makes Subaru, Subaru.
They'll stick with the passing game
60.9%
as he looks to
APR
throw.
financing for veterans and non-family 2024 Outback.
One-handed grab there. He's down for a touchdown.
Sometimes just understand that we've got a lot of you're throwing to. Give him an opportunity to go make a play, even when contested. You've got to the trust factor in effect.
Right after a breakdown in the middle. And it's now 14-10.
At Barron, we're not intimidated by big trucks. We have the experience.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
There's another Jaguars fan coming into the World Series. As some awards announced that he and wife Marissa are expecting their first child. A couple posted pictures of the family at this afternoon with the captain. A little words on the way. It's news that has many fans buzzing. We caught up with other Jacksonville parents in the Jungle Trip game tonight who shared their congratulations and some advice.
That's exciting news, a little Jaguar fan.
What advice would you give for
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Just spend as much time with your kids as you can. Enjoy them.
Intermission charge about the last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession in the first half.
Yeah, this was those games to be able because the pressure is on one side, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with a slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
I think it's going to be a girl.
Looking to throw.
And maybe color
He finds his man complete. That's Jacobs. And he is going to lose yardage here.
This is just going to be an exciting announcement for the Warriors family this month. Last week, the Warriors signed a 5-year, $275 million contract.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first time
No
out.
contract extension for this fine version in the picture right next to me. We are celebrating our senior reporter, Jim Piggott. He is set to retire. His last day is coming Monday, July 1st. And since we first announced his retirement to so many of our News Advance readers have sent messages for Jim wishing him well. Cynthia, right? We always enjoyed watching Jim. He was always well informed about the stories that he covered. His love and passion for his job showed. We're going to miss him.
Trying to get that to Adams, but that's intercepted. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. That's now a second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
Think about all the different techniques he has to pull in the passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's so easy picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run over running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Lawrence. A leap and he's got it. A great play there. With his second touchdown here in this first half. As his guys are able to extend their lead. The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. It's good, and it's 21-10. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
The conservative liberal spear.
Here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. Now only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
To go July 4th sale
Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need it right now.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice that you've been in drill all through camp, and at least one practice each week before a game, a minute left, more than enough time to string a few compressions together, push the end zone, and then make that walk back to the line just a little more animated.
All the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Play action. Jennings. He'll let this go for Adams. His early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Jags are going to get the football here at their own 23. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running routes for the receivers and turning them into receivers themselves. It is amazing what I'm seeing. This reaction to those guys back in the back 7. Phenomenal.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
To get your project started today, go to our website or call Sharp Coding right now.
Touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. Picked up by Deon Dorman. And the Raiders are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. And I saw the pressure coming out. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Awesome moment and just a really cool story.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
Only 15 years old. The locker room at the
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Andre Cisco. And the Jaguars will take over possession here up at the 44. I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
Now think about what Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you throw this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Now ETA start the drive. drive. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
Looking forward to tomorrow, and hopefully tomorrow's going to be better. Gotta go work on it after this, and hopefully we get back.
They'll send the tight end in motion left.
Don't get playing trying this way before on this. Cool experience.
Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. Over the middle, complete. That's Gordon. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
History to ever make the list with that logo on it. Alfonso caught up with the bell.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
So many times we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And this throw incomplete. The defender all over it that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Again, it's Lawrence. And he is caught. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders 16. So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10.
Gotta stay low head, gotta stay focused.
In just 3 seasons under center for the Mustangs, Jones has passed for over 6,700 yards and 75 touchdowns. He needs a little over 3,000 yards this season to pass former New Star Tate Tebow's career passing numbers, moving to third in area history.
I want to break that this season, trying to throw for over 10,000 yards. And I just want to be able to show my talents and keep competing.
On second down, here's Lawrence. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a big force of completion there to bring up third and long. And this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal. Because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
So being able to bring them a state championship be a check on my goal list for sure.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And the lead grows to 14 to 24 to 10. They already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
Just to the north here, gets a little promising as it gets closer to Venezuela, but by that time we're going to see a lot of the dust deeper into the central Atlantic. So no, it looks like we've got formation chances that will continue to increase there near the Western Antilles. We saw 93 degrees today, very little rain, but chances are back for finally Friday. Those chances are going to continue this upcoming weekend.
All right, Richard, thanks.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3.
They're vulnerable. They feel vulnerable after they've been involved in an accident. You have to have a lawyer that knows how to deal with that situation. That can be the stabilizing force in the client's life. Sheriff David Shore is the only true Trump conservative Senate candidate. For the rest of that came after President Trump. David Shore.
The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in the second half. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
The Roof to Go July 4th sale is going on now. So stay big on the furniture you want. Shop incredible hot buys and get great value.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
And they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half. If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you certainly got them guessing now. Second and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain, or did they take advantage of this spot and take a big shot downfield?
And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. Second and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through. And that's a nice job to hold just a couple of first and third down.
Over $500 million in debt when he died.
They need 2. Here's third down.
And new couple alert. The Bridgerton stars looking up in real life. But
Taylor Swift is DJing.
Jimmy Kimmel tells all about an epic Hollywood bash with Taylor, Travis,
now a handoff up the middle for Parnell. And he will have a Jaguars first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Right back to him on first down. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. Second down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground.
here's tonight's top story.
The report claimed today Prince Harry accused of destroying evidence in texts, WhatsApp messages, and on his computer.
On second down, a run with Etienne. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw it for a loss.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. A big play that.
Harry and the ghostwriter for his memoir, Spare.
News Group lawyers now want to try and retrieve those messages ahead of the court case next year.
Harry denies destroying evidence. Next up for the Duke of Sussex, the ESPYs. The Prince will receive the 2024 Pat Tillman Award for service next month.
This is a real moment of recognition. The award ceremony will take place in Los Angeles, so I think there's every chance that Meghan will be buying his time.
All right, let's go on to Kevin Costner. His one-on-one with Gayle King turned awkward when she pressed for more details on why he's not returning to Yellowstone.
You and Taylor are talking because people say this about the 2 of you. Both big egos, both very powerful, both at the top of their game, and that right now maybe the 2 of you are playing a game of who's is bigger. Do you see it that way?
The idea of going back, I would do that in a second if I felt that was something that I could do, wanted to do. I would make it fit.
But the characterization of you isn't necessarily flattering. It's you've made demands, you want to have a certain schedule, you want to shoot at a certain time, you want certain money. If it's not that hard, why can't the 2 of you be able to work it out? People would love to see
therapy, Gayle. I mean, we're not going to discuss this on the show, really. I mean, honestly, it's
I'm a good therapist.
I've conducted my life in a pretty straightforward way.
Yeah.
I've never missed any obligations in my entire career.
The sit-down that aired on CBS Mornings was shot before Kevin revealed he's officially out.
It just happens to be like, can I fall in love with the writing? Can I fall in love with the part that wants to go forward?
Kevin took the high road, not naming names, but hints the deal was falling apart because of Taylor Sheridan's busy schedule writing Yellowstone and its 3 spin-offs.
My creative process doesn't make a lot of sense. I just sit down and just start writing.
Meanwhile, Kevin's next project, Horizon Chapter 1, hits theaters tomorrow. Chapter 2 drops in August. The Oscar winner was also candid about the end of his 18-year marriage.
You went through a very public divorce, so I am curious about how you feel.
That's a crushing moment. It's powerful. It hurts. We're talking about somebody I love on the other side. But I go forward. I have no choice. My children are looking at me. So I can't wilt like a daisy.
Also moving forward, Bennifer. Jen's back from her Italian vacay. The 2 spotted in the same place at the same time for the first time in 10 days.
8 a.m. Wednesday, Ben arrived to his production office in Beverly Hills. Sad Ben face and wedding ring on. J-Lo arrived at noon, leaving about 5 hours later. As rumors of a divorce continue, a source tells ET they're trying to be as amicable as possible. They still want the best for everyone involved, including their kids and shared friends. And this is one loved-up couple spending their summer vacation together. George Clooney and Pretty in Pink White along were all smiles as they enjoyed in Saint-Tropez.
You know, she cleans up. I'm always embarrassed because I'm wearing something that I've worn like 1,000 times. And then she's like, what the fuck? And I'm like,
September will mark 10 years of marriage for the parents of two. And check out fellow parents Justin Timberlake and Jessica Biel, keeping things light 1 week after his DWI arrest. The couple was laughing as they took on the viral Swedish candy test. A source tells us they are doing just fine and focusing on their 2 sons. Quote, they're protecting their children from any negative media attention. Another couple who knows how to have fun? Jason and Kylie Kelsey. The multitasking mama impressively juggled 3 pitchers of beer while showing some love for brother-in-law Travis's lady Taylor Swift, passionately belting out Love Story during a charity event. More wild moments? Jason playing flip cup, passing out shots, and busting a move, all in a belly-bearing crop top.
Just go with the motion and letting the belly take control. The belly momentum, oh yeah. Like a pendulum.
Travis and Taylor know how to party too. Just ask Jimmy Kimmel and his wife Molly.
It was a party at Paul McCartney's house. It then said Taylor Swift was DJing. She just had her iPhone.
Was Taylor there with Travis Kelsey, her man?
Yes, indeed.
The couple revealed more A-list guests to Howard Stern, Mick Jagger, Bruce Springsteen, plus
I was in the corner with Jeff Bridges and Courtney Cox, so I was so relieved to see.
Even Bruce Springsteen was like, this is some party.
Did Courtney Cox and Bruce Springsteen dance? Did they do that famous dance?
I wanted that to happen.
And Bridgerton fans, we have some big news.
Dearest gentle reader.
Stars Bessie Carter and Sam Phillips are dating in real life. The two confirmed their relationship with a sweet kiss on the cheek last weekend. They both starred in season 3. He played one of Penelope's new suitors. She plays Penelope's big sister.
Yes, Mama, we've been familiar with each other.
I'm excited to shake things up. Time will tell, right?
Let's move on to the new lawsuit claiming Michael Jackson was more than $500 million in debt at the time of his death. E.T. has the 12-page court filing which alleges the King of Pop's business affairs were in, quote, disarray when he died 15 years ago. Michael was named in more than a half-dozen lawsuits worldwide, and his estate apparently owed money to more than 65 creditors. Now, executors of Michael's $2 billion fortune want back pay for legal expenses from 2018.
I love performance, but I'm always going to be happy.
At the time of his sudden passing, the 50-year-old was preparing for his big comeback tour. Reports claimed Michael was blowing through cash on items like jewelry and desperately needed a payday to settle accruing debt of $30 million a year. The court filing is the latest Jackson legal battle to make headlines. The late singer's mom and kids have all been financially cut off from his trust until they settle a nearly $1 billion tax dispute with the IRS. Now let's go to the New York premiere of A Quiet Place Day 1 in theaters tomorrow. Our Rachel Smith was with star Lupita Nyong'o, who has turned this press tour into a literal catwalk.
Well, this whole film has opened me up to the feline world, so the cat suit is inspired by that.
I love it! What's the secret to this outfit, Lupita?
Sequins.
Producer John Krasinski arrives solo. Stranger Things love just Wednesday.
I mean, with my mother. She's somewhere.
Hey, Mama. Don't be shy. What did she make of all of this excitement for her son?
Oh, I think she's finding it all pretty funny.
Yeah.
And yeah, so am I.
Now we know that
we watched Eddie Munson last season. But, you know, when you chances you might pop down, say hey to the crew.
Chances are high. I love those guys. I'd love to come and say hello. I'm sure they're working very hard to kind of land the plane.
I have a feeling that we might see Eddie once again.
Do you? You have a feeling?
I certainly do. Yeah.
I might have that feeling too. Or maybe I don't.
No, I think
I don't know.
One thing we know for sure, Taraji P. Henson is gonna kill it Sunday, hosting the BET Awards.
We're gonna have a good time. Just come to the cookout. How many looks can we expect when you host? How many are there? Like 8, 7, 8. It's gonna be candy for the eye.
Ooh, what can we watch for on Culture's biggest night? Will Smith continues his Hollywood comeback and will debut a new song.
Will Smith making his return. What do you think about the big guy?
I'm proud of him.
Yeah? Yeah, you can't keep a good man down.
Megan Thee Stallion will open the show, and when it comes to nominations, Drake leads the pack with 7. Nicki Minaj has 6. Other big names like Doja Cat, SZA, and Beyonce are also up for awards.
Usher, a huge night for Usher at the BET Awards. He's getting the Lifetime Achievement Award. He is at the top of his game. Stop. Can you try that? I have seen Usher everywhere. Usher, if you have a show on the moon, I'm coming. And I am so honored to be hosting on the night where he's going to receive his flowers.
Still ahead, Kim Kardashian reveals the surprising thing about aging that hit her all at once.
And it happened overnight.
Plus, Eva Longoria's Spice Girls reunion confession, how she was shooed off stage by David Beckham.
David's like, get off the stage.
Then why Sean Penn is going barefoot in New York City.
You actually left your shoes at my house.
And his interesting connection to his new movie co-star, how Dakota Johnson got him the role.
I got to get her away from that singer boy.
It's so easy to get your windshield replaced using Safelite. Tell the people why you haven't done it. Started off as a chip, and it just keeps going. So what do we do now? I've scheduled an appointment at Safelite.com. Safelite Repair. Safelite Replace.
Yeah! Safelite Repair. Safelite Replace. This is our night.
Shingles doesn't care, but Shingrix protects. Only Shingrix is proven over 90% effective. Shingrix is a vaccine used to prevent shingles in adults 50 years and older. Shingrix does not protect everyone. It's not for those with severe allergic reactions to its ingredients or to a previous dose. An increased risk of Guillain-Barré syndrome is observed after getting Shingrix. Fainting can also happen. The most common side effects are pain, redness, and swelling at the injection site, muscle pain, tiredness, headache, shivering, fever, and upset stomach. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Shingrix today.
Give us some of it.
Think you can't afford a new car? Think again. During the summer sales event at VW of Orange Park. Drive away today in a new Jetta. Just $299 per month with 0 down. Just sign and drive, no money down.
We can't wait to welcome you to the Hanania family.
Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted.
I'm often asked, how'd you become the largest injury firm in the world? The answer is simple. We've won a lot. Injured? Call Morgan & Morgan. Morgan people.
Think you can't afford a new car? Think again. During the summer sales event at VW of Orange Park. Drive away today in a new Jetta. Just $299 per month with 0 down. Just sign and drive, no money down.
We can't wait to welcome you to the Hanania family.
How will the Biden-Trump slugfest impact the election?
Will even one false moment, one stumble, end up defining this debate for either candidate?
Next, Kentucky Show. Tomorrow at 7:30 on Channel 4, the local station.
You know, Laurel, a lot of people go barefoot when they're here in the Bahamas, but when Sean Penn does it in the middle of Manhattan,
People have questions.
Yeah.
A lot of questions. But you know what? He didn't wear his shoes when he sat down with E.T. and his co-star Dakota Johnson to talk about their new movie, Daddy-O.
I saw a picture of you in the city without your shoes on. You don't have them on today.
Well, I didn't know you might be drawing attention all the way. I know it's just as the temperature rises, it sort of feels better.
You actually left your shoes at my house one time.
I know I've been missing sometime.
So this was two friends working together?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How often do you get to hang out?
Quite a bit. I mean...
I got to get away from, that singer boy. I had to have him to myself for a while, okay?
Oh, you know, just that singer boy, Coldplay frontman Chris Martin, but Dakota and Sean, who are neighbors in real life, have a special relationship of their own.
She's like this beautiful song. It's really nice to be around.
That's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me.
Daddy-O in theaters tomorrow is the story of a young woman and a cab driver who strike up a conversation during the ride from JFK to Manhattan. Dakota, who is also co-producer, handpicked the 63-year-old for the role.
We were like, well, it would be really great to have like a Sean Penn type, because he would be perfect. And then we were like, what about Sean Penn?
In the movie, Clark says that
I've been driving a cab 20 years and I've known people.
What have you learned about people during your career?
Don't like them.
Coming up, Freaky Friday behind-the-scenes sequel scoop straight from Lindsay Lohan.
I am taking guitar lessons.
Plus, Lindsay's sweet mom reveals.
When he looks me back in the eyes, it's just, I'm like, get emotional.
Then E.T.'s Bahamas Week continues with Little Rel Howard.
This is a honeymoon.
His wild proposal story, how he got an assist from Beyonce.
Shout out to Beyonce. She didn't have to do that.
Closed captioning provided by...
These new menu items at Panera are perfect 10s. They're also each under $10. More new sandwiches and salads, more in every bite, and more new options under $10. Enjoy free drinks all summer when you join Panera's Unlimited Sip Club today.
Find your ultimate playground at visitcalifornia.com.
Depression is a journey. I've made some progress on my antidepressant, had some daily wins in reducing my symptoms, but I was still masking my depression. So I talked to my doctor. She told me I could build on my wins without changing my antidepressant.
Rexulti, when added to an antidepressant, significantly reduced depression symptoms more than an antidepressant alone.
And less depression, that's a win.
Rexulti can cause serious side effects. Elderly dementia patients have an increased risk of death or stroke. Antidepressants may increase suicidal thoughts and actions and worsen depression in children and young adults. Report new or sudden changes in mood, behavior, thoughts, or feelings, or if you develop suicidal thoughts or actions. Report fever, stiff muscles, and confusion, which can be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements, which may be permanent. High blood sugar, which can lead to coma or death. Weight gain, increased cholesterol, low white blood cells. Unusual urges, dizziness on standing, falls, seizures, trouble swallowing, or sleepiness may occur. Keep moving forward. Ask your doctor about Rexulti.
Summer's here. Time to get a great deal on a new Ford SUV. Right.